Hello friends, welcome back to the part 2 of the lesson, that is packages, as we have completed interface in the first two videos. So the coming videos would be about the packages. Basically I feel interfaces and packages are related, so I've created a lesson regarding these two. I hope you guys enjoyed. So let's just get started with today's lesson, that is packages. Basically, what do you mean by packages? I hope everyone would be well versed with packages, because basically when we start learning about a class, a package is nothing but a collection of classes or interfaces or something similar. It's just like a bag which has similar things grouped together, like how a class is a container of variables and all. A package would be like a bag putting all the things together, similar things together. So just let's get to the bookish definition of package. Packages is basically why do we need packages? Let's see the introduction of it first. Basically, a package is used to order all the classes together, and all the names of suppose if there are classes having two similar names, but both the classes are having different topics, so one class can be put under similar classes, that is under one package, and another class can be put under another package. This avoids the conflicts of naming, and it also controls access. That is, easily when we have a class put under package, we can easily just set the class path and we can just access that package, and we can access the class easily instead of searching everything. When it is accessed and organized, it is very easier, right? Setting class path and all, don't worry about it, I'll tell you all later. So just let's see about it. So basically a package would be nothing but a mechanism or a method of organizing classes and interfaces based on the functionality. As I've told you all, it is nothing but grouping of interfaces and classes together on their functionality. It just acts as a container of classes and provides access protection and namespace management. That is, because they are put in a package, we need to set a class path, and by accessing the class path only we can go. So the other foreign users won't be able to use the classes which are present in a package once they are put in a package. And as I've told you all, it acts like a bag or a container. As a class acts as a container for variables, so package acts like a bag for the interfaces and the similar classes. So how do we define and create a package? Let's see that. A package is basically created or defined using the keyword package. We need to use the package keyword. First, the name of the package is preceded with the keyword package in its declaration. They're also called as user defined packages. That is, first we write package keyword and then we write the package name. In this way we define or create a package. The syntax would be here, as I've told you all, package and a package name. This package name is user defined, since we can write anything. And basically we have already the packages could be user defined. That is, the user can create some of the packages, or there are also some existing packages which we usually import when we are writing a program. Most of you all must have not noticed it. The java.lang is a package which we, every time we write an import statement, right, import java.lang.*.semicolon. So that is the package statement which we are importing to have all the access to the predefined methods which are there already in the Java. So this is java.lang. It bundles all the fundamental classes, so that's why java.lang is a package. And java.io, it is basically when we are trying to input or some methods or some variables, then that time this java.io package is very useful. It bundles those output and input functions in this package. Next, package statement, basically as we have seen that import statement is the first line, right? So that is the thing. Basically before writing a program, we need to first write the package statement. It could be anything. In C or Java, first we write the package statement, then only there could be access to the predefined functions or any package which we are creating also, and it applies to all type of file. And if a package statement is not used, then the class interfaces, that is, if a user does not create any package of his own, then already the user defined packages, that is the classes would be get stored in a default package which are already present in Java, and packages are basically a class. All similar classes are stored in packages, right? Then again, packages are grouped under something called as directories. Directories are contained in the file system. So this would be the hierarchy. First comes the file system, and file system would be subdivided to directories, and again directories is contained again in packages, and packages again classes. This is the way. That is, classes are stored in packages, packages are stored in the form of directories, directories are stored in the form of file system. It is not necessary that there would be only a single package. We can also create multiple packages at a single time. That is, first we write the package, then the package 1 name dot package 2 name dot package 3 name. This is the way how multiple packages can be created. Then, as we have learned till now how to access, define and create a package, we need to also access a package, right? Yeah, so this would be the accessing package. As I've told you all, we use the import statement to create write a package, right? Normally in all sort of fundamental programs. No one must have wondered. You all must have just ignored the statement. So this is the way how packages are accessed, and real meaning behind it is packages which are defined by the user only can be accessed using the import statement. We need to every time write an import statement if a user creates it. If not, if it's already there, normally it gets stored in the default package, as I've told you all. And if a class, if it's like that, or if sometimes one class of a particular package wants to access the class of another package, then that time also we need to use an import statement for this class to access the another class. Suppose we have a class named as input method in java.io and wants to access the package name of class of java.lang, then obviously it needs to write an import statement. But that is if only a particular class is to be accessed, we write import package name dot class name. But there would be in some situations where a class wants to access the entire package, that is all the members of the package, that is the even this interfaces and the classes both. If it wants to access, that is the entire contents of a single package, that time we need to just write the import and package name. That's it. Like how we write import java.lang, just we are writing the package name, we are not writing any particular class present in it, right? So that is the way how we access the whole interfaces and the classes which are present in that package. So this is a way by which we access package. We just use the import keyword. This is the very important keyword, import. As we have seen in interface, extends keyword is used. In here we use the import and package name dot asterisk dot semicolon. This is the syntax. If we want to write a class or access only particular class, then we just write import package name dot class name. That's it. Then next let's see a program on the packages. This is a very simple program where I'm just creating my own package instead of using the the predefined packages. I'm just creating my own package. As I've told you all, package statement must be the starting statement. First I'm creating a package, that is package. My pack is the package name which I have given to it, and the semicolon. Then student is the class name. Then in student I have a method called as int set. This is basically I'm trying to set a value, that is I'm trying to SID equals to 25, that is I'm trying to set the ID value as 25. So that's why I'm just writing a user defined method, that is public int set. Then next I have a main method, public static void main string arguments, where I have an object created to access the method which is present in the class student. So over here I have an object created as S. So using the object S, I'm accessing the set method, that is s.set. So as I have accessed it, now the SID value would be as 25, and this gets stored, this whole class gets stored in my pack. Since I'm creating this package, this whole class gets stored in my pack, and the ID value gets stored of 25 gets stored in the class student. This student gets stored in my package, and my pack gets stored in a directory, and directory is present in a file. This is the way how everything gets stored in a user defined and in an organized manner. So when we need to just access the package. We write the package name, and when we need to write the access the student, now here we need to access the student. As I've told you, import package name. Here package name I have given as my pack, so I would write import my pack dot class name over here is a student. So when I have to access the student class, we can just write import my pack dot student. Just I would easily be accessing the student class immediately. So this is the way it is done. I hope every one of you liked this first video of packages. I'm really happy for all the support which you all are showing me. If you all really like this video, please follow the above link which you all can see, and if you all have any queries regarding the video, please comment and let me know. I would really love to help you all with it. Thank you guys for watching the video.